Hello everybody, this is Ishan Singla, and today I will be showing you how to get started coding in Kaggle. Alright, so when you come to your Kaggle account, as I showed you how to make an account in the last video, you are going to be taken to the home page where it will say welcome in your name. Alright, on the left you will see this code column. You'll want to click this here. You will see the option to create a new notebook. This is where you're going to do all your coding, your work. You're going to want to click it. And before you even get started, you're going to want to name it. We'll call this a sample notebook. All right. And you will see that it already has this cell set up. This is basically always going to be here when you're starting a new notebook. It's very imperative that you have this running, and as it says right here, your draft session does not start till you run this cell. So you're going to want to go to the end of the cell, hold shift and enter, and that is when you run this cell where it will import NumPy, pandas, and it will set your OS as Python, and that's how you get started. All right. As you can see, it is still working. So we'll just give that a second. All right. So now it's started. Okay. Before we get started, we're going to want to add some data. This is the data that we are going to work with, manipulate in order to train our machine learning. So we're going to want to go to competition, and we're going to want to add this one. So you're going to want to say, I understand and accept, and it's been added. So we already have this as our input data set. All right, so here we're going to start out and, use your data that you've just now added. You're going to want to set a variable. In this case, we'll call it df. And you're going to want to do pd.read underscore csv and this. All right. So here, you're going to want to put the file path for the data. So I'm going to click on this, test CSV. I'm going to copy this path because it will be much too long to write down. And I'm going to paste it in between the colons. All right. Now we are going to run this. And now we have just read the data. Now it is part of us, part of our code. All right. So now I'm going to show you something cool. If you want to get like a general summary of your data, you can do your variable.head, and this will give you the first 5 data sets. So we have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. As you know, data is in arrays are start at 0, and it'll give you the passenger ID, home planet, cryo sleep, cabin, all this data. This is the first 5 data sets. If you want to see the last side of 5, you could do df.tail. Makes sense, doesn't it? And remember, you're going to want to do shift enter. If you just click enter, it will take you to the next line. Or you could click this right here. So these are the last 5. Pretty cool, right? I personally prefer doing shift enter because it will create a new cell for you once you run this. All right. Another command you can do is df.etypes. How did it go? Okay, yeah. So this is another one, and it will give you the type of data that each one is. So the passenger ID is an object, the home planet is an object, the data for cryosleep is an object, room service is a float object, etc. This is another way you can figure out more about your data set. You could also do df.describe. And this will give you basically an overall overview of like a lot of the data and give you some statistics. All right, that is all. Thank you so much, guys.